In the silent shadows of the sanctuary, where oil lamps burned with a soft golden glow, a young boy named Samuel lay resting. Outside, the night wrapped the land of Israel in deep stillness, and the wind whispered faintly against the ancient stones. It was a time when the voice of God seemed rare, almost forgotten, like a distant echo fading through generations. Samuel was not an ordinary child. From birth, he had been dedicated to the service of the Lord by his mother, and now he lived under the care of the elderly priest Eli. Each day he learned to tend the sacred lamps, to handle holy objects, and to walk with reverence in a place where the presence of the divine dwelt. That night, however, something extraordinary happened, something that would change his life forever. Samuel, the boy awoke suddenly. His heart pounded. The voice was clear, gentle, yet unmistakably real, as if someone stood right beside him. Thinking it was Eli calling him, Samuel rose quickly and ran to him. "Here I am, for you called me," he said. But Eli, half asleep, looked confused. "I did not call you, my son. Go back and lie down." Samuel returned to his place, though his mind was now restless. Silence filled the sanctuary once more. Then again, "Samuel." This time the voice felt closer, deeper. Samuel rose again and hurried to Eli. "Here I am, for you called me." Eli shook his head gently. "I did not call you. Go back and lie down." The boy obeyed, but something within him began to stir, a strange awareness, as though the very air carried a hidden presence. For the third time, in the stillness of the night, "Samuel." The call echoed with an authority that reached into the soul. Samuel ran again to Eli, but this time the old priest understood. His weary eyes opened with sudden clarity. He realized it was not a man calling the boy, it was God. So Eli said with quiet seriousness, "Go and lie down. And if he calls you again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" Samuel returned slowly to his place. The atmosphere had changed. The silence was no longer empty, it was filled with presence. The voice came again. "Samuel, Samuel." But now it was more than a sound. It was a presence filling the space, as though heaven itself had drawn near. The boy, trembling yet resolute, answered, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." And in that moment, the living God, spoke, not as a distant whisper, but with clarity and purpose. He revealed things no child would expect to hear. It was a heavy message, a calling to become a prophet, to carry the voice of God to a generation that had forgotten how to listen. Samuel did not sleep for the rest of the night. When dawn finally broke over the sanctuary, the boy was no longer the same. He had crossed an invisible threshold, from servant to chosen vessel, from listener to messenger. When Eli saw him, he knew something had changed. And when Samuel told him everything, the priest was not surprised. He simply bowed his head in reverence. "He is the Lord," Eli said. "Let him do what is good in his eyes." From that day forward, Samuel grew with a burning certainty within him. God was not silent. He was waiting for someone willing to listen. And in a nation that had forgotten his voice, a child heard it clearly and answered.